In the whirlwind of life, it often feels like we're caught in a storm of emotions, doesn't it? One moment, we're riding high on joy, and the next, we're spiraling into frustration or anger. It's in these moments that our instinct is to react, to lash out, to speak before we think. But what if we could harness the power of a simple pause? Just a moment to breathe, to reflect, to consider the impact of our words and actions. This is more than just a technique. It's a transformative trait that can redefine our interactions and shape our character. Think about it. When was the last time you found yourself in a heated situation? Maybe it was a disagreement with a friend, a frustrating encounter at work, or even a family argument. The adrenaline surges, the heart races, and all you can think about is getting your point across, defending your stance, or simply expressing your frustration. But here's the thing. In that moment, when emotions are flaring, what often follows is regret. Regret for the harsh words spoken, for the actions taken in haste, for the bridges burned that could have been mended. Now, picture this. Instead of reacting immediately, you take a breath. Just one breath. You pause. In that brief moment, you create a space for clarity. You allow your mind to shift from the emotional turmoil driven by the amygdala, the part of your brain that's all about survival and immediate reactions, to the prefrontal cortex, where reasoning and thoughtful decision-making reside. This is where the magic happens. This is where you transform a potential conflict into a moment of understanding, a chance to communicate with empathy rather than anger. And science backs this up. Research shows that when we practice this pause, we're not just avoiding rash decisions. We're actually training our brains to respond better over time. It's like building a muscle. The more you pause before reacting, the stronger your ability to navigate emotional challenges becomes. You start to recognize patterns in your reactions, and with practice, you can choose to respond in a way that aligns with your values and goals rather than your immediate feelings. Let's take a moment to look back at history. Great leaders have often exemplified this power of pause. Abraham Lincoln, for instance, was known for his remarkable emotional restraint. He would write letters in moments of anger, what he called his hot letters, but he never sent them immediately. Instead, he would step back, reflect, and craft a response that was calm and measured. This ability to pause allowed him to lead a divided nation through one of its darkest times with wisdom and grace. Then there's Mahatma Gandhi, who faced immense challenges during India's fight for independence. Gandhi's approach was rooted in nonviolence, a philosophy that required profound self-control and reflection. He often took time to retreat for contemplation, choosing to respond with peace rather than anger. His ability to pause transformed not just his own life, but the course of history. And let's not forget Nelson Mandela. After spending 27 years in prison, Mandela emerged with a heart full of forgiveness rather than bitterness. His conscious choice to pause before reacting to his circumstances allowed him to lead South Africa toward a peaceful transition from apartheid to democracy. His legacy is a testament to the power of that pause. So, how can we apply this in our own lives? It's simpler than you might think. The next time you feel your emotions bubbling to the surface, take a moment. Count to 5. Take a deep breath. Reflect on what you truly want to achieve in that interaction. Do you want to win an argument, or do you want to maintain a relationship? Do you want to express anger, or do you want to communicate your feelings constructively? This pause can be a game changer. It allows you to respond with intention rather than impulse. You'll find that your conversations become more meaningful, your relationships become healthier, and your sense of self-control strengthens. You'll start to notice that you're not just reacting to life. You're engaging with it thoughtfully. So, let's make this a practice. Let's embrace the power of the pause as a vital part of our emotional toolkit. It's not just a strategy for conflict resolution. It's a pathway to deeper understanding, both of ourselves and others. As we wrap up, I encourage you to reflect on this. The ability to pause before reacting is one of the best traits you possess. It's a key to emotional intelligence, wisdom, and personal growth. So, the next time you feel the urge to react, remember that your next pause could very well be your best decision. If you found this discussion helpful, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on emotional health and personal growth. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. How do you practice the power of the pause in your life? Your experiences might just inspire someone else on their journey. Thank you for being here. And remember, take care of yourself and embrace the power of that pause.